just begin by sharing that all of the mitzvot, the commandments, the pathways for right living, are about bringing ethics and holiness into our lives and into the world. On one hand, the essence of Jewish living is about how our choices and our actions bring more kindness, justice, compassion into the world, and this is the ethical dimension. On the other hand, the essence of Jewish living is about waking up to the alive and vibrant and sacred dimension of creation each moment, whether we're engaged in work with other people or in moments of solitude. And this is the holiness dimension. So Jewish living is about mitzvot, and they encompass both of these dimensions. And for me, I strive to live both of these dimensions and want to support others in living with this awareness. For me, the spectrum of Judaism is not about being more or less religious in the way that we categorize denominational approaches, Reform to Orthodox, but the spectrum is about how intentional or purposeful we want to be in manifesting our deepest values into the world. Manifesting our values in ways that create awareness of the ethical and the holy can look so many different ways. They're not solely defined by specific Jewish religious practices. Our tradition offers us ways to think about these questions and suggestions for what to do to manifest these values. But sometimes the way to do this authentically doesn't fit the prescription that traditional Judaism offers us. For example, most every morning I'll wrap tefillin and make time for prayer. But when I spend sacred time in the morning, I don't pray the entire morning service. I'll sit for 15 to 20 minutes in meditation and say the Shema and the V'ahavta. Tradition guides me in making time for prayer each morning, and I engage a small but central part of our traditional prayer each morning. But spending that time in silence is so much more meaningful and connecting with me than praying from a siddur. And I love the liturgy in the siddur. So immersing myself in learning Torah and then deciding what works for me is one of the defining aspects of what makes me a Reformed Jew and conservative Jew. Cantor Young.
Thank you so much, Rabbi Kavod. Jewish time, and especially during this time of sheltering in place, my family has become so aware that each week seems to be gearing us up for Shabbat. And Shabbat, this sacred moment in time where we can collectively take that deep breath and reconnect with community. We get to put our work down for a little bit. I am grateful that our tradition creates those moments each day for us to take that deep breath in the morning and express our gratitude. To be able to start our day with intention is really, really important, and it really sets the tone for the rest of the day. Moda ani lefanecha, give praise to you, my Creator, and to be able to wake up in the morning, even in moments of stress, to be able to take time to look at the silver linings that surround us and that fill our lives, those moments of holiness. Each week I have the privilege of starting our week with Havdalah with our youngest kids in our ECC. And we take time to check in and reflect about our moments of sweetness during Shabbat. So I am grateful not only for myself to be able to find those moments of gratitude, but also to help our community connect in meaningful ways and reflect through a Jewish lens on all of the holiness that fills our lives. I am also so grateful as a cantor and composer that I have the ability to sit and reflect on our liturgical texts and find my own connection and meaning to them. I have been finding renewed creative energy during this time of social distancing and staying at home. It's pretty amazing to see all of the inspiration people are finding to bring our tradition to life in a new way. So I'd like to share with you a new setting of Or Hadash that I wrote last week. And this was offered as part of my music and meditation. Or Hadash al Zion Ta'ir, V'nizkechu lanu me'ira Or Hadash al Zion Ta'ir, V'nizkechu lanu me'ira Shine your light on me. Help me to see what the world could be. Open our eyes to see. Open our hearts so that we may be free. Or Hadash al Zion Ta'ir, V'nizkechu lanu me'ira Or Hadash al Zion Ta'ir, V'nizkechu lanu me'ira Each week, with all of these opportunities we have to connect through our synagogue family, it has been pretty amazing to see how our values come to life through the ways that people are giving back to community and trying to make a difference in the world, to make things a little bit easier for somebody else. Those are the important values that we lead with and that are such an important part of our communal living. I'm grateful to our synagogue community for thinking outside of the box, how we can connect with one another, how we can live our lives in a Jewish way and express our values even in our virtual reality. And again, just so grateful for the gift of Shabbat that we have each week, that opportunity for us to come together. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.